Welcome back to Protein Treats. I'm Melanie Wildman and today we are making bacon tomato cups. Now these are so yummy looking. I was trying to figure out how I could make a healthier version of them because the ones that I saw on the internet use Pillsbury dough, which is full of chemicals, full of carbs, and of course I want to make ours just as delicious but full of protein, full of fiber, and low carb. So guess what? We figured it out. Stick around, I'm going to show you how to make these super yummy filling little cups that everybody's going to love. Okay, so to make these super yummy bacon cups, you're going to need to start with our crepe recipe. Now I am going to put the link to that Protein Treats episode right below in the description so you can click on it. They're really easy and yummy to make. But in order to make them this small, I actually used one of those egg rings, and I'll show you right here. This is what I mean, a little egg ring. You could use a smaller frying pan, or you could even make your own out of aluminum foil to get the right size, but that's what I used to get these little sizes. Now, these are gonna be the pastry in our bacon cups. Then you're going to need half a cup of shredded cheese. Really, you can use whatever kind of cheese you like. I have a sharp cheddar cheese here. And then you're gonna need a half a cup of mayonnaise. Now I'm using a full fat mayonnaise. Make sure that you don't use one that has added sugars. You know, some of the low fat ones can be full of all sorts of chemicals. So I have one that is really nice and naturally made. And then I also have half an onion that I have diced. And you're gonna need 1 tomato. I have some tomatoes from my mom's garden, so they're super yummy. And about 8 strips of bacon. So I've already cooked up the bacon here, as you can see, and we're gonna chop that into little pieces. And then you're also going to need about 1 teaspoon of dried basil, and then of course, 3 scoops of our natural Nutracelle. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make these. Let's start putting stuff together. So what you're gonna need is a muffin tin that you grease ahead of time. And then you're gonna take your crepes and you're just gonna set each one in there. Now they're not gonna fit exactly perfectly, but that's okay. That's what's gonna make them look really good. So you're just gonna go ahead and place each one of your crepes into the muffin tin, just like this. Okay, so once you have your crepes in your muffin tin, just like this, I'm gonna put it aside and we're gonna make the yummy filling that goes in it. I'm gonna dice my tomato here. Now, one thing when you're dicing your tomatoes is you really do want your knife to be really sharp. And a lot of women that cook in the kitchen, I know, are guilty of this. A sharp knife tends to scare us a little bit, but you're more likely to get cut and hurt when you're working with a knife if your knife isn't really sharp. So just make sure you keep your knife nice and sharp. And I'm gonna go ahead and dice up my tomato. You don't have to do it perfect. It can be irregular shapes, but you don't want your pieces to be too big because our little cups are pretty small. Okay, so we have our tomato, and now what I've done is I have 8 strips of bacon and I've made it pretty crispy, and so I'm gonna go ahead and dice up my bacon. So I've gotten my bacon from a local farmer. I always try to shop local whenever I can, and they're called Steerman's Meats here in PEI, and they make the best meat, everything that you could want, but that's where we get our bacon from, and it is so good, you guys. So now that I have our bacon all done, we can go ahead and start putting together the filling for our yummy bacon cups. And all you have to do really is mix everything together. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the bacon in. I'm gonna put in our dried basil. You could use fresh basil too if you have that on hand. And our tomatoes. And I'm gonna add the cheese right in. And our mayonnaise. Put that right in there. And then our diced onions. So we'll go ahead and put that in. And the part that makes these so filling and so yummy and high in protein is our natural Nutracelle. And because we use prebiotic fiber in it from the chicory root, it makes it really nice for cooking. So I'm gonna go ahead and add about 3 scoops into this recipe, and that's what's gonna make you feel so full when you eat these little bacon cups. Plus, people are not even gonna believe that this is healthy for them. And now that we have our mixture ready, I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm using a little scooper, but you can use a spoon, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 scoops into my little pastry here, just like that. So once you have all of your cups filled, you're gonna go ahead, put it in your oven at 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes till the cheese on top gets really nice and bubbly. You're not gonna believe how filling and yummy these are. So let's stick them in the oven and see how they turn out. All right, so our bacon tomato cups are ready. I'm gonna pull them out of the oven and show you guys how delicious they are. I'm so excited. They smell so, so good. All right, let's give this a taste test here. So yummy and so filling. You're only gonna be able to eat a couple of these till you get really, really full. And who doesn't love bacon? You could serve these for guests, you could serve these for dinner like I am with my family tonight. And make sure you check till the end because we've got lots of amazing pictures from you guys that you've been sending of stuff that you've been cooking. All right, guys, let's taste this. Bacon, cheese, tomatoes, fresh from my mom's garden. These are so, so good. You would never know that there's almost no carbs and they're super high in protein, high in fiber. It doesn't taste like it. These taste like you're cheating. All right, guys, if you see a recipe that you like and you want me to make it healthier, let me know. Put it in the comments below and I'll try and make it for you. All right, guys, see you back next week for another episode of Protein Treats.